Here's another hot take y'all not gonna like. I don't think that non-African Americans should be saying the N-word. Yes. So I'm talking about people who are not African American. So yes, you can very much be black and not be African American. Unless you're a descendant of chattel slaves in America, you should not be utilizing African American vernacular English. And the N word is African American vernacular English. I don't give a fuck if you're black or not. This shit is weird. It's weird how we get treated like the cockroaches of the diaspora. And I just disagree with y'all utilizing our culture. So yes, I do gatekeep a lot of African American culture. No, I think we should gatekeep all African American culture, and that includes African American vernacular English from non African American people. I'm tired of the Caribbeans having a conversation in the diaspora. I'm tired of the UK girlies. I'm tired of the Haitians, specifically y'all. I'm tired of y'all sitting around here kissing at, running around here talking about African Americans don't have no culture, but then you're over around here, you're running around wearing a fucking do-rag, speaking in African American vernacular English and calling all your friends nigga. And then your Asian friend that you do have in proximity to you is walking, talking, and acting like an African American, and the only version of English he does know is African American vernacular English. He doesn't know Creole, bitch. He doesn't know Haitian Creole.
Nigga. In all seriousness, right? You guys see the title of the video. It's the racist white people of black people. These people are strange, man. Very, very odd. They are literally, and we're gonna get into it as the video goes along, they are the far right people. They just can't see it. They're the far right people who obsess over immigrants. Here's the thing. Black people took the N-word. It was used against them, right? African Americans took the N-word and they flipped it. Now it's a term of endearment. All everyone else did was copy what you guys did. In reality, you should take that as paying homage. We all know where the word comes from. It comes from African Americans. But we also get abused with that word. Yeah, I've been called the N-word twice by people who aren't black. My mom's been called a word, my brother's been called It happens to black people globally. The only way this take makes sense is if you believe that black people globally aren't racially abused. The only way this take makes sense is if you genuinely believe that only black Americans today, not 100 years ago, no, today, only black Americans get called the N-word. And if you believe that, you're stupid.
I know every time we see something like this is the Jamaican Day Parade, right?
Every day.
And on the East Coast in New York, every time I see something like this, no matter who it is, the Dominicans, the any of the various African groups, any of the Caribbean groups, right? I always think this one thing: why don't black Americans do this? And I thought to myself, like, we literally don't have to. Because this is our country. We don't have to make our presence known because everybody knows that we're here already. Now, salute to them, right? Salute to them. It's not a problem with me, but some of the rhetoric coming out of the Jamaican community, the Caribbean community in general, when it comes to black Americans, it'd be a little iffy.
This is just so weird. It's so weird, man. Oh my God. These people are actually ridiculous. Genuinely. It clearly irks you to see other black people celebrating their culture. Why? Do you think if you went there as an African American, they'd turn you away? Like, what is it that you look at other black people as your enemy?
I knew that was gonna happen, right? So everybody misconstrued the Jamaican post. At no point.
It wasn't misconstrued. It was a bad faith video. On a day in which Jamaican people are celebrating their independence, you make a video looking like a hater for no reason. You're talking about the things that Jamaicans be saying against black Americans. There's a time and place. It made you look weird because it was weird.
In that post, was I hating on Jamaicans having a parade? I said that it was fine, it's cool. The point of the post was, every time I see that shit, I'd be wondering like, damn, do black Americans have something that's equivalent? People was bringing up Juneteenth, Martin Luther King. That's not the same. Juneteenth is to celebrate specifically Texas and them being free, when they was freed or whatever, right? Martin Luther King.
You see the problem with this? And I brought this up a million times. Now Juneteenth is just for Texas. No, it's for them Texas blacks. This is what would happen. They are the racist black people, the racist white people of black people. Just like if the racist white people got their way, they will remove everyone and then start doing eugenics. If these people got their way, they'll have their own shit, but then they'll start doing inter-black people beef. They'll start sectioning themselves off based on region now. So what, you can't get involved in Juneteenth because you're not from Texas? What sense does that make?
A parade is for Martin Luther King. The point is that black Americans don't have a Black American Day parade just because we're black Americans. That was the point. At nowhere in the video did I say that what the Caribbeans or the Africans was doing was wrong. See, that's the problem with us. Look, that's the problem with us. Go jump in them comments and see what the people are saying. How'd you guys misconstrue what I was saying, what I was actually trying to say? Nobody's jealous.
You said, why don't black Americans have something like this? Because it's our country. You weren't trying to figure out why don't black Americans. You were trying to insinuate that this isn't the Jamaicans' country, which is why they have a day celebrating Jamaica, because they're Jamaican. And black Americans don't need something like this because they're American. That's what you were doing. And the people are pointing out why. Why did you feel like you had to do that? It's very strange. Very odd. But the weird behavior doesn't end here, right? And the weird behavior is just getting started, man. I found this guy on TikTok. Just such a coon, man. We're gonna go through his TikTok page, right? But just look at this.
They're still in the bridges in Nigeria. I'm not exaggerating. They're stripping the bridges of all critical structural reinforcements such as iron rods, steel cables, and support components on the bridges. Now they're taking these materials to scrap yards and selling them on the black market. As you can see right here, this is a bridge in Lagos. Look at this brick, y'all. They chipped away this column and stripped all the steel, all the cable rods from this bridge. 27 people was arrested, but this is what they're doing in Nigeria, stealing bridges. And y'all, this is a new bridge, Alakija. Yeah, Lagos State authorities arrested 27 suspects for...
So, you might be asking, what's wrong with this? He's just reporting on Nigeria, right? Nigeria is pretty much a failed state at this point. We know this. There's nothing wrong with this individual video. But here's the thing. There are white people who will report on Africa and it's like they actually care about this stuff, right? But then you have the right-wing white people who report on Africa to shit on Africa. Let's take a look at this guy's TikTok page.
Vito is begging Donald Trump to intervene in their election process in Nigeria. He said, yeah, my people, we could get violent, we corrupt, Germany deported about 137 Nigerians, y'all. Now, this is unique because they're doing SNAP enrollment dropped by 5.3 million following the new work rule. Let's get into it. New USDA data shows SNAP enrollment fell from about 42.4 million people in September
2025 to 37 million in April 2026, a decline of roughly 5.37 million people. The drop comes after new SNAP work requirements took effect February 1st as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed into law in July. South Korea is banning dog meat in February 2027, meaning that you can no longer sell dogs or breed dogs just for the purpose of human consumption. Now, to all you dog munchers, don't be completely bummed out because they didn't illegalize consumption of dog. They just illegalized breeding, butchering, distributing, and selling dog meat. Eating dog meat itself is not directly criminalized, but the commercial supply chain is completely outlawed. Yeah, that way they would have had better infrastructure at least 10 to 15 years. Now, this is a statement made by former Big Brother Niger housemate Kid Waya. Kid Waya, yeah, he's a Nigerian reality star. He said that, Nigeria received this independent. This is what they're doing in South Africa, y'all. They just printed out counterfeit money. They printed out bank cards, fake. A Haitian man just pleaded guilty for smuggling guns into Haiti. Jean Robert Casimir, 53 of Lauderhill, Florida, has pleaded guilty to his role in a firearms trafficking operation that illegally exported at least 140 firearms.
I've been living in Nigeria for 2 years now as a Black American girlie, and here's some things that I can't really get with after living here. First thing on the list, people peeing every fucking where. It's absolutely crazy. They pull that thing out and pee anywhere. It's annoying. You better not need severe health care here in Nigeria, or your ass is going to, you're just going to be out back. You better not need.
Unfortunately, I didn't migrate from Nigeria because of money. Okay. I lost 2 children to medical negligence. I'm from Nigeria. Ogun State.
By the way, I hope you guys are looking at these comments. I hope you guys are looking at these comments.
Oh, I like that. Quick question. For £200,000, you're asked to go back to Nigeria and never to return to the UK. Would you take such offer? Never. £200,000.
Y'all, the Jamaicans had their own folding chair event. Like the Montgomery Brawl, but you'll be surprised at who was getting folded. Reggae Land to Bumbleclot. That's the name of the event. This happened in the UK, England. It should be Blood Clot. Because you seen how that last girl got hit? He folded in all of them with one single chair. But that last girl, I'm pretty sure she got a lot of blood clots because she hit a corner that she did.
We're laughing at other Black people being hit. Laughing in the comments. All right, okay.
Ghana, you could bring anything through their airport as long as you bring breakfast change for their immigration officers. The Bahamas, y'all said no to Haitians. We heard the news in America about y'all TPS status, but don't come look into us. A DHS supervisor just pleaded guilty to stealing over $3,000 in SNAP benefits from the homeless and from children. Yeah, Rhode Island DHS supervisor Nadine Jean Baptiste. That sounds familiar. 59 has pleaded guilty in federal court after admitting the misuse of her position to access SNAP recipients' EBT information and benefits. Federal investigators said Jean Baptiste and they're still in the bridges in Nigeria. Nigerians are in the UK protesting that they deport all the Islamists. They're not in Nigeria. They're in the UK.
You ate mud pies, right? And she was like, yo, I was looking at TikTok. Mud pies is a real thing. I said, I told you.
Now, this has just been me scrolling down this coon's TikTok page. I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm going to leave everything in there. If you don't find this weird, then I don't know. His entire page is devoted to denigrating other Black people. That's the entire purpose of the page. It's not constructive. It's not, how do we fix this? It's not, how do we, it's, look what's happening, point and laugh. What you guys are looking at here, it's a news channel in the UK called GB News. It's a right-wing, anti-immigrant news channel. They are anti-immigrant, anti-immigration. They don't like people of color. This is their YouTube channel. Burnham to spread migrants out across rural Britain after record small boat arrivals. Breaking. Serial sex attacker Simon Levy is sentenced to life. Migrants apprehended ahead of second planned Spain border rush. Islamic terrorists. By the way, the overwhelming majority of people that commit crime in the UK are white British males because we live amongst white British males, right? Reform UK announces that all foreign-born convicts will be deported. It's an invasion. Very real concerns. Gibraltar at risk of migrant surge. Same guy again. Migrants. Do you guys see the pattern that I'm speaking about? You are, again, the racist white people of black people. You're weird, you're coons. You're disgusting. Your life is shit, not because of other black people. Not because of other black people. You wake up in the morning, you obsess about putting other black people down. That's not why your life sucks. And that's the same message I tell to racist white people.
We was betrayed and sold.
Okay.
To the point where I feel like it's my option to patronize that title or not. All due respect to him, if something jumped off and all black people were attacked, I would stand with them for survival.
Great.
I find a lot of them arrogant, condescending, and disrespectful to Afro-Americans when they're here on the civil rights that our mothers and fathers and grandfathers fought for. I just think they ought to be a little bit more respectful under all the circumstances, that they betrayed us, backstabbed us, served us, sold us, and then they're living in America benefiting off of the civil rights that we fought for. That being said...
You're talking about white America, correct?
No.
And that should be the clip right there, shouldn't it? When you listen to certain people speak, you can't tell who they're talking about. Wait, you're talking about other black... You're talking about other black people? Oh. Wow! You sound white. Racist white. And here's the thing. What he's saying, it could tie into a deeper conversation about the African tribes. In reality, nobody was betrayed. In reality, our ancestors lost. Yeah, they were playing the same stupid game as the other tribes were playing as well. And I actually had this conversation the other day. I said, if I, was the king of Africa, or I was the king of a country, they put me in charge, I would remove every tribe. You wouldn't be able to claim a tribe. If you are Ghanaian, that's it. There's no Ashanti, there's no tribes, no more tribes. Because it's inherently stupid. And people say, oh, it's culture, it's culture. What's it done? Nothing. It's done nothing good. And the hate that these people have for each other within these tribes is so incredibly petty and stupid, which again made it infinitely easier for the West to come in and do what they did. But if our ancestors won, guess where we would be? We'd be in Africa. We just lost. Nobody was betrayed. Unfortunately. But yeah, I had to make this video because I've been seeing this coonery and I just find it nasty, man. Find it nasty. The back and forths. It's horrible, honestly.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone.